Hey guys, it's Mark and Marley here for the full review of Fantastic Four: The First Steps or First Steps. Um, we literally went to the movies, did our out of theater reaction, and we're here now doing a full review of the movie. So yeah, um,
What's up, guys?
we
Hi,
have
everybody.
Marley and Mark here.
Hi,
we're
everybody.
we're a little
A
tired, a little loopy. It's a little
little
late already.
tired, a little loopy. I think my social battery, I know we're about to get into the review, but I think my social battery is really depleted today because I didn't get enough sleep. So, like, coming out of the movies, I was like really tired.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm with you. It was a long day today, so I was kinda yawning in the thing, so I was just like,
Yeah, me too. I was like, if I close my eyes, will I miss too much?
yeah. Check out my cup. It was $6.
Nice.
I got it. Alright, let's just jump into it,
Want to jump into
okay?
it real quick?
Yeah,
All
let's just
right.
jump
Do
into
you
it.
want to start? You want me to start? Do you wanna
Um,
start with ratings? Do you like, I forget how we do this sometimes, like, do we wanna start with ratings or do we wanna just
yeah, we can start with ratings, that's fine.
okay, I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna get mine out of the way because mine's gonna be mid, okay? So,
Okay, go ahead.
I expected this movie to be more than what it was. After thinking about it and talking to you when we are on our way home and stuff like that, after thinking about it, I fully believe that I was looking and watching the movie through the wrong lens. So, initially when I came out of the movies, I didn't really like it as much as I wanted to. Part of me still stands by that for certain reasonings on the movie, but if I was to give it a hardcore rating right now, I would give it a solid 7 out of 10.
Mm,
7 out of 10.
that's hard.
I I know. And here's the thing, I wanted to love it. I liked it. Don't get whoa,
Mhm.
everybody. I know y'all are gonna come for me and say I don't know anything about anything, which I don't. But I wanted to love it, and I think that was the problem is that I wanted to love it, and I
Yeah.
didn't love it. It was good. It was alright. It was slow paced. The acting was okay. It focused a little bit too much on the baby for me, and I wanted more Fantastic Four. I wanted fight scenes. I wanted the fight scenes
Mhm.
to be greater than what they were. I didn't want them to be crazy. I just wanted them to be greater. And
Okay.
so I was a little disappointed. But see, maybe was wearing the wrong lens. So my rating is gonna be 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Yep, yep.
I gave it a 8.5,
Yep.
and I'll tell you why. This movie had, a lot of heart, a lot of family orientedness. I don't know if that's a word. Um, it felt like a fresh start for the MCU, in my opinion. Um, and why you make it it felt like, s of course, it's something we've never seen before. We haven't seen this team, uh,
Yep.
and I think overall, as an MCU movie, it was not bad. Was it something did I want a little something more? Yes. At now looking back at it, I wanted maybe some things to be different, but as far as, like,
Yeah.
an MCU movie, it wasn't terrible. That's why I give it a kind of a high rating at 8.5 because, um, you gotta think this is a brand new team. This is a different style that we've never seen before. It's new characters. So of course there's gonna be some like, who are these people? Even though there's the comics and stuff, but I mean, as far as the MCU, like the movie wise, uh, it still was a decent movie. Now, well, there was some weird things that I wasn't for. Yeah. Uh,
I mean,
I think you're valid in saying that it was too much about the baby. I agree.
yeah.
And then the CGI baby that it was
Yeah.
um it kind of threw me off just a little bit because it was too CGI for me. Um, But I think 8.5 out of 10, I think that's pretty solid. I think I'll stand on that. I did like the movie, I did like the music, I did like the team in general. Um, I did like who they chose. Now, going forward, I think whoever directs them going forward, I think I think they'll grow on you, in my opinion. I think them as actors will grow on us. Just like, when they introduced Captain Marvel, right? People didn't She was introduced in, uh, Endgame, and then she got her own movie after that, and was, like, 2 different things, and then it moved on from there because or Black Panther is another one. It got introduced in Civil War, and then we
Yeah.
got his backstory. So, it takes time to grow on us. Sometimes people like him off the bat, and sometimes it takes a bit. So, I think this team is gonna take a bit.
And it's weird, funny that you say that. It's just because I didn't mind the casting so much. I thought I was gonna have an issue with Pedro Pascal because he's in literally every role that you
Mhm.
watch on a movie right now. Like he's doing rom coms, he's doing Marvel, he's doing Star Wars, he's doing everything. You know what I mean? He's doing The Last of Us. He's touching the gaming world too.
Well, he's dead
And I
in The Last of Us.
dang, you're so right. Um, I didn't mind the casting. I thought I was gonna
Mhm.
mind it more, like, 'cause the guy from Stranger Things, I was like, "I don't really know him, I don't really remember him." He wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was
Mhm.
just like, I didn't mind the casting. I thought the casting was pretty okay. I just didn't think the story, I think I expected different. I expected more. I don't know if I was expecting, like, the old story of, like, the Fantastic Four that we grew up with. Not
Right.
necessarily that, but, like, I don't know. It just felt slow to me. And what was bad about it is that you told me that our uncle rated it a 9.5 out of 10. And I
Mhm.
think that raised my expectation even higher than what I had.
Mhm.
And after watching it, I was like, really? A 9.5? I don't know.
I think,
I don't know. Like the fighting scenes, right? Like I mentioned to you a little bit, the
mhm.
fighting scenes was just like, no, it just felt like no one was like, there was no talking. It was just like, and Galactus is moving like, like the slowest guy. Like like, ah, I don't know. I just wanted so much more for him. I wanted so much more for them.
Mhm.
And like, it was really exciting because I know this is the start. This is the start of the new phase and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't know. I just wanted more. I don't know if that's like the wrong way to say that. Wrong thing to say because it's the start of something.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, they did what I kinda don't like what they do is they do a solo movie story where it doesn't really connect, and then the villain is like a one-off villain, which Galactus is not gonna be a one-off villain, of course, we know that if you see it and this is spoilers, I mean, it should be already said. He goes into a wormhole and he's in a different planet or universe, whatever. So he's not
Wait,
a one-off.
really? Wait,
Uh,
really? I didn't know that.
were we watching the same movie? Um,
No, I didn't know that's where he goes.
yeah, they were saying it that they wanna that's what that was the plan that changed. There was a plan that they were gonna set him up.
No, that I got. That I
Okay.
got the whole. Then he comes out of the hole like the ring, and he's like, "Ah!" You know what I mean? Like, bro, you need to wash your
Um,
face, brush your teeth. I don't know what you need to do.
you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what?
Sorry.
And then I just think, like, I think you were right about the pace was fast and slow at the same time.
Yeah,
Like, they were jumping so much from here to there, and then it felt like it was a little slow, but they had to explain stuff, and
yeah,
I get we don't want the traditional orange origin stories, which they kinda did and didn't do, where they had
yeah,
give a full backstory. They kinda tell them, they went up to space and that's how they got their powers, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like it was it was rushed at times when like, the slow down parts needed to be rushed, and the rush parts needed to slow down. Like, there's a part in where they need to go, meet Galactus because the Silver Surfer chick comes down and says, "Your planet's gonna be destroyed," right? And then
Yeah,
they go off on this adventure to a different planet where Galactus is.
yeah,
And to me, I'm like, "Man, this is gonna be sick." They're already doing the time travel thing. We're already used
yeah,
to that in the MCU.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And they do meet Galactus, and I thought the intro to Galactus was tight. I thought it was pretty cool. He's in his dungeon, and, and I thought the intro to
He's
him was
he's
was awesome. I thought it was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Okay." And then he's like, "I want your baby. Give me
I
your
want the
baby.
baby. The
I want
baby
your"
is gonna be in my
It's like
belly
Austin
because
Powers, "I want your baby."
he has all the powers I need. Give me your baby.
Which I didn't mind.
It's like,
I thought I was like, "Okay, alright," because I know a little bit of the backstory of the baby,
yeah,
which is Franklin Richards, if you don't know. Um, and then, they end up getting out of that situation, and then she's having the baby while they're in the crisis. I thought that was I mean, I have a kid, I've been in that situation, but I'm like, "Did we really need that to
yes.
be the how the baby's born?"
Mhm.
And I
And
guess
we needed
so.
the thing to pull it out, I guess.
Literally, the thing pull out the
That's what I'm
and
saying.
snip the cord.
Uh, that's what I'm saying.
I like that. That was a choice that I'm like, I don't know about that." Like, and then
It
they end up getting back to planet Earth, and I think would have been better is that as soon as they got back to Earth, she then has the baby. I'm like, "Okay." They go up to
yeah,
their little building and just kind of, "Oh, it's the baby."
yeah.
No, but they make sure you know that she's having the baby right then and there in the crisis that they're in. And,
Well,
I
I
don't
guess it makes
know.
sense, right? The storyline that they put out, like it makes sense for that storyline. But it was just like we rushed so many parts of the first part of the movie that the parts like you said like that were like slower that needed to be rushed they were like really slow with like dialogue and like and Reed freaking out every 5 seconds and it's like you know what I mean it's like I need more
Yeah.
if he's going to be a scientist let me see the scientist stuff that he does the only thing that we got to see was him do the egg you know what I mean and it's like that's it and then you built to see what the baby looked like in her belly? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all like we got to see of the technology that what he's capable of?
And I think because you're like, well, it was a whole team, but I'm like, if you look at Guardians, they did that in a way of introducing all those characters. They can do it. They did it very well
Yeah.
with that movie. And I'm not comparing, they're two different movies, but I'm saying you got a whole team. And I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, you're right. It was like he was all over the place at times. Like
Yeah. Like he's
I
Pedro Pascal in real life. He has like so much anxiety he can't get through it. You know what I mean? And he really portrayed that through Reed Richards.
Yeah. And I think like if you think about it like, well, you need to read the comics, but I'm like, you
Ye-
got to remember regular people are going to watch these movies. So you can't
Yeah.
always depend on that line of they need to read the comics. Yeah, if you want to know what's going to fully go on, I believe you can read the comics and try to get a perception, but like think about like my parents who are Marvel fans, but they're not going to read the comics. So you got to think, well, what's going on? What's this about the baby? You know,
Yeah.
um, um, and I just felt like they did the same thing. Like they have to save their planet, and it's in one spot. Like, but they should have just as they were going to other planets. It'd have been nice to see another version of a character we've already seen. Like to see
Like
another, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
No, like, I don't know, or introduce a character that is gonna be I don't know, it the it's because it's from the beginning, so there's no similarity to anything yet. Uh,
Yeah, I guess you're
it
right.
didn't feel like a full MCU movie to me. Like,
Yeah, no,
it
it
didn't
didn't.
have the MCU DNA just yet. Yeah, they're, I feel like it had that superhero feel to it, just not the MCU that we're used to because if you look at the last movie, it was Thunderbolts, and you look at
Mhm.
this movie, it's the DNA is totally different, and
Yeah. And to go back to like what we're like what well at least what I'm saying is like that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it through the wrong lens. I know that's what I'm doing, but
Mhm.
it's still like it's still hard for me to just say, well, I like the movie for what it was when I didn't. I wanted more and it is
Mm.
what it is. Um I
So let me ask
I
you a
don't want to
question.
compare. Go ahead.
Um, what did you want?
I think I just wanted more Fantastic Four, showing them being the Fantastic Four because
Mm.
that's who they are. You know what I mean? And they showed like the little like flashback of them fighting crime and stuff like that. Not necessarily I didn't want them to be friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and fight crime in the city that they're in, right? But the
Mhm.
fight scenes that they did do was like real bare minimum. It doesn't show you what it doesn't get you excited for that character to see what they're going to do when they meet the Thunderbolts, when they meet Wolverine, when they meet all these
Mm.
other people like when they meet Doctor Doom, are they going to be able to contribute? Like the only person who I truly feel like will contribute from that movie seeing is Sue Storm, right? She did the big thing at the end. Clobbering guy came down from being frozen up in space and he didn't even want to say the line. Johnny, there's only so much he could do, right? Against Galactus. And Reed got pulled like a Twizzler. You know what I'm saying? Like these are all spoilers, so if you don't wanna watch, that's fine, but, you know what I mean? The only one that showed that they're gonna make a difference is probably the baby bringing back his mom to life, and Sue Storm. She killed it at the end. If I'm looking at it just, like, superhero base, if I'm looking at
Okay,
just,
so,
like,
like,
you
if
know
you
what I
take
mean?
the MCU out of it.
Well, I'm saying going into the MCU, like, going
Oh.
into what do they have to offer as the Fantastic Four? They have Sue
Mhm.
Storm to offer. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Do
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't know.
And then she wasn't she I thought she did great, but she wasn't my favorite character. I thought the
Me
Thing
neither.
was I like the Thing, and I forgot her name that she has
Silver
the
Surfer Girl.
yeah, Silver Surfer girl. I liked her character a lot. And when she comes in her first scene, I was like, "Yes, it's menacing, the music is good, it's kind of dark." It's like, "Yes, I want more of that." And they gave her a backstory, which was kinda cool. I was like, "Oh, she has a backstory. Alright, that's cool." I mean, I don't know much of her in the from the comics. I just
Yeah.
knew there was a guy, Silver Surfer. I didn't know there was a girl. I know there's those comics, but whatever. Like I said, you shouldn't have to read the comics to watch this movie. So, um,
Do you think they'll make another Fantastic Four movie? Not like them I know they'll be introduced in all the other movies that are gonna be coming out. They won't make another one, huh?
mm-mm. See, this is what Marvel does, so they can put more characters. They'll make a movie like this where it's a solo movie, which it wasn't a bad movie. It introduced a lot of things. It was just to get people hyped for what's coming. It really was. It was like a hype movie. Uh,
Yeah.
but it never really adds a lot of to the main story until that post credit scene, which we'll get
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. I mean, they're on a different planet. It's 828, I think it was.
I
828.
thought it was I thought it was 862. I'm probably wrong. I do not do not
Hold
I
on.
probably don't know what the heck I'm talking about.
One moment, please.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna
Wh-
confirm here.
While Mark is looking that up, I want to take this moment to thank our sponsors, Marvel Rivals. They sent me this shirt in the mail. This is the Fantastic Four from Marvel Rivals. Hold on, let me move my mic so you guys can see.
So I can confirm it's oh, dude, I love that shirt. 828 is the
I think that's what I said. No,
universe they're in. You said
that's what I said, right?
862. You said 862 or something like that. Okay. Um, you know, now thinking about it, I wanted a little bit more. I wanted it not to be the same thing that they do. They always do something like this. It's a solo movie. They did it with Shang-Chi. It only
Shang-Chi
added
was such a good movie too.
it was a good movie. It was. Just this was a good movie too. I'm just saying they do the same thing where they have to introduce a character, so they have to give a huge backstory, and then how it adds to the MCU is at the end, post credit scene.
Yeah,
Where I feel like you could have done both in the movie. You didn't have to use the post credit scene, and I just get tired of that because we always see that it's always the same thing.
yeah.
Um,
People get more excited about the post-credit scenes, which is me,
yeah,
than the actual movie itself. Like, I think the post-credit scene, which I know we're gonna get to, but that made me give the movie a 7 rather it being a 5. Truly, truly. If I'm just being honest, and
so
probably my rating probably doesn't matter as much as like yours and stuff like that. I only say that because I know that you're like a truer fan than I am. I'm
mhm,
going based off of just like pure opinion. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Not any backstory of like the comics or
yeah,
who's to come or who the baby is. You know what I mean? Like that's all
yeah.
I'm saying.
The it's because the baby's important to the story, but the thing is, you're right. I think if you're talking about Fantastic Four, because even at the end of the movie, they're trying to make it Fantastic Five because of the baby. It's like,
Yeah.
and it's like a joke, right? But I'm like,
Mhm.
now that I'm digesting, I'm kind of looking back. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I think it's worth 8.5. I think it's a
Okay.
good, solid MCU movie. It had all the beats. It's just, it's like we guys, we've already seen these movies. You gotta do something a little different. Of like when you're introducing characters, don't make it a solo movie. Make it connected right away. And I think that's just something I've been wanting for a long time after Endgame. It's just
Yeah.
make the story already be connected. And of course it's gonna be connected. We know that. But I'm like, make put that in the story already.
Yeah.
And I think they fell at that. It's like give us like 30 minutes of the backstory, whatever, and because they were putting like like I don't know you. Well, you went to the bathroom to be fair for the intro, so you didn't see all the stuff I saw of like they're showing them, you know, fighting all the people, and there was like I think there was a comic version of like a sea monster. I don't know, and it was I think it was like on a thing of nostalgia. Do all the nostalgia in 30 minutes, okay, and then just
Yeah.
get to the meat. Start
Yeah.
connecting it off the bat because we already
Yeah.
been here. We're already waiting. No, they you guys are doing another solo story. And then I mean you could have used Galactus too. He's because Galactus, from what I know, he's there's only one Galactus. There's no variant of Galactus.
Yeah.
So he's the same in every universe, he's the same. And as you'll see in the movie, he eats planets to survive. He destroys planets and consumes them. That thing he's in,
Mhm.
it consumes him so he could stay alive. And spoilers here, the reason why he wants the baby, because the baby in the comics, I mean, it's there. He can create universes and planets. That's his powers. And obviously we found
Mm.
out he can bring someone back to life because he brings his mom back to life, right?
Yeah.
So that's why Galactus wants him, and he says he remember Galactus says he will replace me because he can keep building planets and feeding Galactus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of crazy if you really think
Which
about
is crazy. I want your baby.
I want your baby. So
Give me a baby.
I just think that is not what I wanted. I wanted just to be connected right away. I think that's my
Yeah,
nitpick. And I think
yeah.
that's what people are tired of. Because I heard a lot of people say it was mid. The movie was mid.
See,
I'm like a smidge above it being mid. Because
I like
I
I think
did
it's
enjoy
mid.
it.
It was mid.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it because I like Fantastic Four. I like most Marvel movies. I just wanted to love it. I really wanted to love it because I love Fantastic Four.
Yeah, because I think, yeah, I mean, we grew up with the older ones, you know.
And
I
those
mean,
aren't
that,
great.
yeah.
Let's get it out of the way. those aren't like, oh my gosh, like the Toby Maguire that I feel for those kind of like Spider-Mans and stuff like that. That's a
Hmm.
rendition of Fantastic. I it's just what I grew up with, right? So I like them because I
Right.
grew up with them and I know the story from that. I don't know. Um, but I think the biggest thing for me was the post-credit scene. If you want to get into that, I made an assumption on our Instagram. We made a little post of what the assumption would be, and then what we talked about what came after that. And my assumption was that they were gonna give a teaser to Doctor Doom. And sure enough, the first spoiler is that the teaser is Doctor Doom talking to little what's his name? Kevin?
Franklin Richards.
Franklin. That's my bad. That's my bad. That's on me. That's on me for not knowing. You know what I mean? You gotta forgive me for that. And oh gosh, see, like if the whole movie was that kind of like dark and like the way they just made that scene itself,
Oh, yeah, it felt dark.
it felt so like RDJ kind of cool though, you know what I mean? And maybe
Hmm.
that's why I'm excited, right? Because everyone's excited for RDJ to come back. But I don't know. It was pretty cool. It was nothing. Let's be honest. It was nothing. They just gave us the back of his cape and a little bit of the mask. It was nothing, right?
And the mask looked kind of like cheapy,
Yeah.
in my opinion. It did.
They'll redo it, hopefully,
Though,
right?
no, they'll have to. But I think it was just like, okay, guys, we're filming. Let's just put this post credit scene in real quick. I think it was one of those things because I heard
Yeah.
the Russo brothers directed the one of the post credit scenes, and I think they did direct that one. But I'm like thinking, they're like, I mean, things change every as it goes, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but to see that, I was like, yes.
Yes.
I'm like, but you guys should have
Yeah.
just been doing this in the whole movie. You don't you're just trying to make us watch this movie so we can get to the post credit scene. And
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be we have to watch the whole movie just to watch the post credit scene.
But it's like like what we keep saying, right? It's a starter movie, and that's where I'm understanding that it's a starter to the new Whoa! It's a
Yeah,
starter to the new phase and stuff like that.
that's true
So
too.
it's understandable why it is the way that it is. All my lights are turning off right now because it's 11:30. So give me a second. It's it's understandable. Um, it's just not what we wanted. You know what I mean? Sorry.
I just feel
I feel pretty mid about it. And I think a 7 out of 10 for me personally is generous. And I'll only be that generous because of the post-credit scene. Uh, The first post-credit scene. The second post-credit
yes.
scene, a waste of my time.
I don't know why they do those like funny ones. It's like
Was it funny?
or it's like cheeky. It's like so you can just be there and wait. Like, guys, you already have done this. It's already been so many years of this. Nobody wants that anymore. I'm sorry. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Uh, I did like Herbie though. I did like the
Yeah, Herbie
robot.
was cute.
Herbie was cool. He's gonna be like he gave me like an R2D2 kind of vibe. Um,
That's
which
to
I
me too. It
like.
gave me that Star Wars feeling.
I did like
Pedro
the
Pascal,
dynamic.
Mando. Maybe they'll bring Yoda and Baby Grogu.
um,
Turns out Kevin, the baby, is actually Grogu.
Kevin. His name's like Kevin.
Oh, Franklin.
Franklin.
Franklin, that's my bad.
Like, I wanted
I
I
know.
wanted it to be have a little of, like, maybe X-Men, and I get it, it's Fantastic Four, but I'm
That
like,
one I think
"Guys."
that one's reaching. I think that one's reaching.
Oh,
At
really?
least the at least the Thunderbolts. At least someone from the Thunderbolts. Because they kind of did it the post-credit scene of the Thunderbolts movie. So
Mhm,
I thought like when they were gonna get into the ship initially and they're like, we gotta go somewhere and just shoot somewhere. I thought that was gonna be that moment. So we kind of just have that first connection and boom, there it is. We don't gotta do too much craziness, but boom, there it is. You know what I mean?
mhm.
But I guess that's a whole story in itself that's gonna have to unfold.
But see, you wasted a I'm just saying, you wasted and it's a solo movie, it's a beginning movie, I get that, but I'm like, "Guys, you guys have your last things have not been doing good." Thunderbolts was great, but it's still not on the I wouldn't say it's on Avengers level, but
Yeah.
uh, it's a little better than
What is it?
there's a cricket in my light. My gosh.
Ooh.
It's okay. It'll die in there. Um, like, what was I saying? Thunderbolts was not on Avengers level, but still, it was still kind of better than this movie. I'm sorry, and I think the thing is, we don't want to go back to, I guess, the cheeky, um, like on the nose type of stuff. We like the dark stuff. You're getting
Yeah.
used to the darker movies. There was some dark points. I admit, like the where they do the music and it's menacing. Like where when Johnny's trying to like figures out her language, the Silver Surfer's language, and
Oh
he's
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
freak her out. It wasn't as eerie as they thought it was going to be eerie, but it was still kind of dark. But
Yeah.
her screaming, I was like, oh dang, you know, I felt that. And I'm like, I mean, they're
Yeah.
gonna build on it. It's an
They will.
introduction. They'll build
They
on
will.
it, and the characters are we're gonna end up loving the characters. I know it because I'm
Yeah.
like, you guys have good bones to start from. I just,
We're
um,
gonna watch this movie again someday and be like, "Oh, I get it." You know what I mean?
so I think your points are valid. I wouldn't
Yours too.
dis I wouldn't disagree with you at all, to be honest. I think,
Same to I to you.
I did like the references to like they did do like the uh Marvel Rivals where she has that push and pull thing. She does have that power. Sue
Oh
Storm.
yeah.
I did notice that like she has the ability to pull and push with her force, like I guess invisible force that she has.
Yeah,
She is
yeah,
quite
yeah.
powerful.
In the movie,
Um,
yeah.
I just I don't understand why they weaken like they weakened what's his name? Reed
Read.
Richards a little bit, but I'm like he's kind of like the leader, right? I mean,
Mhm.
everybody knows that. I just feel like they weakened him just a tad, and for him to be stretched like that, and that's like,
Yeah, I felt the same way about that.
I'm like, why are you weakening this character already?
Like, okay, from what I remember, like, I'll touch on it real quick. The Fantastic Four from the early 2000s.
Hmm.
He's kind of like that too, like, he's real, like, scientifically and he's always, like, kind of, like, anxiety based and, like, he's always got his mind is always running, but I
Hmm.
remember him being a lot more helpful with his stretches and
Hmm.
when he stretched his arms, and it was comedic, and it's like he utilized that. It's almost like he didn't utilize his powers at all, now that I think
Yeah,
about it.
he just kind of jumped from place to place, but he never like wrapped his full body around an arm
Yeah,
or try to get his head to move. Same with the
I w
thing. They held
I'm
back.
wondering. Go ahead.
No, they held back with it. I mean, Johnny was you know, he was
The front
front in
man.
line, which
Yeah.
was cool, you know? I thought they did great on the visuals, like, how he looks, I thought that was pretty okay. Um,
Mhm.
but I'm like, you made the thing kinda like Professor Hulk, kind of, like, laid back,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you look at him, he's like, "It's clobbering time," and he's the thing, he should be strong. Not to say he wasn't strong, I'm just saying, you guys kinda, like, diminished him, and then you made the more powerful one Sue Storm, well, she was pretty powerful, but I'm like, it has to be everybody. It can't just be the now it makes sense what you're saying. It should have been the whole team, like, going full
Yeah.
force, and it was just like
Yeah.
all the thing did was go through, pillars of a
Pillars.
building to help. It's just like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and you're making me, like, reanalyze the movie again.
And I don't mean to. Truly, I don't mean to because I don't wanna change your mind about the movie. It's just like, come on, man. It's a superhero movie. You wanna watch superheroes do their thing, especially Fantastic Four being a superhero group already established. You know what I mean? Thunderbolts, fine. Okay. I've heard the arguments for Thunderbolts. It didn't feel like a
Mhm.
superhero movie and they were just people and fine. Fine. I get that. But Fantastic Four is an established. They made that an established superhero group at the beginning of the movie. And they
Yep.
did no superheroing. To me, personally. That Galactus fight, I'll give that a solid 2 out of 10. I'm just mad. Okay.
Yeah, because if you look at okay, so you look at Galactus and Thanos situation. I feel like Galactus is menacing like Thanos, but if you looked at when Thanos fought, like the Hulk, right? That scene in
Mhm.
Infinity War,
Yeah.
he tossed the Hulk like nothing, bro.
Yeah.
He got Thor
Yeah.
like nothing. He killed Loki. Um, and all Galactus did was shoot the beams to fight the baby. And then
Yeah,
his
he
eyes would
just fi
change
and
color.
then he grabbed the whole grass and
I forgot about
he grabbed the grass.
like, dinner.
Like, that's all he did, and then he grabbed the baby, and the baby was crawling on his hand.
Oh yeah, he did have the baby.
That's when Sue Storm went all crazy. She's like, "Got my baby. Get the baby." I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like
I think what maybe they I don't know.
I feel like I'm being too generous now. Kinda wanna give it a 6 out of 10. No, 7 out of 10 is fine. 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Final rating, final rating, final rating, final rating, final rating.
But it makes me think like when Iron Man came out, because that's the first one. It's just the problem is that we already had a bunch of movies and we're restarting again. It felt like that with this movie. It did feel like a restart.
Yeah.
But I'm like, guys, we're already a couple years in, more than a couple years in. You can't do the
And
same
we
form.
shouldn't be shouldn't be starting over. We have a couple things that are already established within the MCU. Am I wrong about that?
No.
Like, you know what I mean? We shouldn't be starting over like Iron Man start over, like Captain America start over. Like we already have some things established. I don't know, man. I think that we've had 3 starter movies. That's all I'll say
Yeah.
this year. 3 starter movies.
Captain America.
Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and this one. And maybe that's what they're going for this year. Maybe that's what they're going for.
I'm just saying, please, if you do X-Men,
I know, bro. That one worries me too.
don't do it
I
like
know.
this. But I still like the movie, okay? It had heart.
Yeah.
It had a
Yeah.
soul.
I'm not saying I hated it.
It wasn't like Brave New World. That movie was
I
trash.
hate that movie.
I don't like that Captain America. That's not my Captain America.
That's not my Captain America.
Um I
I'll take
did
the
like
fake
this movie
Captain America
though.
and the
I
yeah, I
I
liked
did
it.
like The Thing. I did like Silver Surfer. I did like Herbie. Now, did I think Sue Storm was the best out of like because I think they were pushing for her to be the main a little bit. You could see it when she's making the speech. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. Mama Bear. That's cool. And I have a family, so I could relate to the whole family vibe. I really did enjoy that.
Yeah.
Just needed. You got. This
Yeah.
is what I've been saying since after Endgame. You guys are just. I. You guys already gave us the darkness. I need more darkness, and I think that's. And this is the first family of the Mar. I get it. There's just so many variables pushing for
Yeah.
this movie. Now, will I think it'll cross $1 billion? Yes, I do for sure. It will make that money because there's gonna be people that, like I said, new Marvel fans. It's gonna be like, oh, I like this one. I don't know what's going on, but I like it.
Yeah.
I do believe it has that potential to be like that of like, what is this? This is different. Um,
Yeah.
if you don't, I still think it has that mystery in it. I just think for us Marvel fans that have been going to these movies, I think it's you need a little bit more,
Yeah.
and they should have. It was all about the baby. You're right. It was all about the baby.
It was all about the baby.
And why wasn't it about the time travel to the other planets so we could see if they're connected to the other
That's why I
part
was
of the
asking if
MCU?
there was gonna be another Fantastic Four movie, because then I would
No,
understand. Then I would
no.
understand that, okay, then that comes with time, fine. They need to make more money, they need to make another movie, okay, they're gonna do it that way. But it if they're not gonna do it that way, then that was kind of like you
I think the
missed out on a bunch of
threequels.
things you could have done.
I think the threequels are done for right now because at the end of the movie it says they will be in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like, oh, it's a setup movie.
yeah. They did the same thing with Brave New World. They did the same thing with Thunderbolts. They'll be returning in blah blah blah. Thunderbolts will be returning. Wait, they also said Doomsday, didn't they?
hmm I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I remember.
But see, the thing about Thunderbolts was that those were established characters. That's what made that movie enjoyable, I think. They were, except for Bob, he wasn't established. But they already established Yelena, the Red Guardian, Bucky, the US agent guy, if you saw the
Again.
um
Yeah,
so I think that's as a thing, and they're not established. But I'm like, you're gonna go from, and I think that's what Marvel's changing. They're not doing the three movies anymore, like Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3. I
yeah,
think they're just trying to wrap it all up. Because Avengers
yeah,
Doomsday is going to bring Doom, and then it's Secret Wars, and then they're going to do a whole reboot of everything after that.
yeah, yeah.
Which kind of is like, okay. So, see what they should have done. They should have done what they did in Civil War, introduce Black Panther and Spider Man. Remember that? Two characters. We got two new characters.
That movie sucked.
Civil War?
That's the one with when Captain America turns his back on Iron Man, right? When he goes with Bucky.
Uh, that's a hot take. That's a great
Listen,
movie.
I don't care enough to get into it. Okay, I really don't. If you want to come for me, come for me. You're gonna come for me for my review on this movie anyway, so just add it on to your comment. Really, at this point, just add it on.
That's a
I
hot take. But I
don't want
feel
to.
like if it was a filler movie for the next big Avengers movie, you should have just put
Okay,
them in with somebody
so
else.
so what we're saying, the three movies that came out this year. I don't know if there's gonna be another one this year. Do you know? Is there?
No, it's just Wonder Man. That's a
This is
series.
this is just the starter movies to introduce these characters. That's all that it is. That's all that it is. And all we
Mhm,
could do is hope for the best coming from the because next is what? Doomsday?
mhm. I think so.
Dang.
Or
There's
is it
nothing before
Spider-Man?
Doomsday.
Is it Spider-Man before Doomsday? I don't
I have no
remember.
idea.
I'm lost because I know there's the last show coming out, and then I don't know after that.
Well, when we get there, we get there. Okay.
Now you made me think about the movie a
Don't
lot
don't
more.
don't think about it, okay? Don't think about it too much because it's gonna be okay. I see you spiraling just a little bit, so let's rein it back in. Let's rein it back in.
I
I'm
still
gonna
think it's a 8.5. I'm gonna stand on that,
That's
but
okay. You can stand on that. Stand on that. Okay?
it should
Mine is
have
gonna
been
be mine is
it
gonna
should
be a
have been
7, a 7 out of 10. That's gonna be my final rating because I feel it's going a little bit in circles with we I think we both have the same general thing though, like saying this is a starter movie. We both wanted more out of the movie. And I just hoping that the movies to come out for Marvel or anything that comes out going forward is gonna be closer to something great. 'Cause we haven't had something great in a long time, so your final rating, sir?
8.5.
And okay,
I'm gonna stand on
alright.
that. I
Stand
think
on it.
it had some good parts.
Yeah,
It
I
had
also
heart.
think that.
Story was a little here and there, but
Right.
overall, that
Mhm.
CGI baby though, it gave me Twilight vibes. I'm not gonna
It
lie. I'm
really
like,
did. Some of the scenes in
just
there were
use a
Twilight
real
coded.
baby. Just use a real
Totally
baby. You
agree.
can afford a real baby
Yeah.
because
Gerb on
I
my
feel like it
back,
was.
spider monkey.
I felt like they were switching between a real baby and a CGI baby. I don't know.
I don't know.
Really, was that to save some money to look like the Twilight baby? And then the thing's cutting the umbilical cord. Would he become a doctor? Like that whole scene was crazy. I
It
was
was
like,
crazy.
they are not doing this right now. They are not. She's not having the baby right now. Right. And they show her take off her pants, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're going for it.
Yeah. Yeah. That is how you have a
Uh,
baby, with your
no, I
pants
know
off.
that, but I'm like,
Uh,
they've never done that. So,
yeah. Yeah.
okay, so I think that's our final thoughts.
I think so
I
too. I feel it's a little bit spiraling into the coming back to the same thing that I think that we both agree on. So I don't want to overlink the video or us get lost, because I feel it's getting lost a little bit.
in the sauce.
But obviously, guys, I'm half a Marvel fan. Okay, I go because I enjoyed reviewing this with Mark. He's my brother. We enjoy reviewing the Marvel movies, and I enjoy watching them. I enjoy giving my opinion. So come for me if you will. It does not bother me. But yeah, solid 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for me.
8.5 out of 10.
Nice, nice. You know what I will say though? I did like it, so I will say it. I will see it again
Hmm.
with a different lens if I go with a different perspective of it
Yeah, now that
and
I've
see if
seen
it
it,
changes my mind.
I think I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah. So
It's because you're there in the movie theater and you're like, I
you're like,
waited
yes,
whole week for
yes,
this,
yes, yes.
and like it's
And we
starting
bought the
off
tickets.
okay.
We bought the tickets like what, a month and a half ago. So okay,
All right,
cool.
all
Well,
right, take us
guys,
out.
that has been Mark and Marley reviewing the Fantastic Four first the First Steps movie. Um we truly appreciate you guys tuning into all the socials. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and YouTube. And you smash that like button.